Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The Weekly Rewind, presented by Attractions Magazine. I'm your host, Theron White, and this week we're going from Monday, May 15th to Sunday, May 21st. Starting on Monday, Banks, Jonathan, and Brittany all got to be part of the Disney Parks blog meetup to experience Pandora, the World of Avatar, early in the morning before Animal Kingdom even opened. They were able to try some of the delicious Na'vi food, get a tour of the land by some of the Imagineers who helped create it, and go home with some awesome keepsakes. Now, also from inside that preview, we got to go inside and look at some of the stuff inside the Wind Traders, specifically this shirt for the opening of Pandora on May 27th for pass holders. I can promise you I'm going to get me that shirt. I already have one from there. I love the merchandise, so yeah, I'll be buying this and sold. Then, on Tuesday, Andy and Alyssa went to the iFly Orlando to try out some awesome indoor skydiving. Now, this is a really cool experience where you just get to get inside of basically a huge tube filled with wind and air, and you kind of float around, a lot like if you were to jump out of a plane, but without the fear of falling all those hundreds and thousands of feet. So this is a really cool option, and you can check it out on the most recent episode of Attractions Magazine, The Show. Continuing on, Roy Meets World had its newest episode, A Day at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. Now, Roy was able to check out the entire park, have a ton of fun. His vlogs are always fun. If you follow along, you definitely know that for yourself. And we have some pretty great news. As of right now, you can also buy some Roy Meets World shirts on our TeePublic website. So you can go and check them out. We're going to link them below so you can see them for yourself, or go on to our Twitter or Facebook. They'll be linked there as well. On Wednesday, we shared that the Aventura Hotel at Universal Studios Orlando will be opening August 1st, 2018. Now, it is going to have 600 different rooms and suites, not to mention the incredible views you'll be able to see all over Universal of the new Volcano Bay when it's going to have its eruptions, as well as Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. So this will be a really cool hotel based off of like an ultra-modern theme. It sounds like it's going to have a lot of dining. There's going to be a rooftop pool and all this stuff, so it'll be cool to see a new like mega hotel kind of for Universal. This will definitely be their biggest and tallest hotel, so it'll be great to see this as a new lodging option inside Universal Studios Orlando. We were also very happy to celebrate with Elisa that it has officially been 3 years since she has joined the Attractions Magazine family. On Thursday, we retweeted a link shared by Disney Parks about the 300 lucky Disney Parks blog readers that got to experience Pandora, the World of Avatar. It was really awesome as well to see that Banks, Brittany, and Jonathan were also on the cover. Secondly, on Thursday, we shared the most recent episode of Attractions Magazine, The Show. Now, I talked already about how they went to iFly Orlando to try out some indoor skydiving, but secondly, on the other segment, Roy and myself raced at iDrive NASCAR Orlando to go and race some go-karts all around and see who is the fastest driver in this really cool electric go-kart track. On Friday, we shared Halloween Horror Nights' first announced house for Halloween Horror Nights 27. This is The Shining, based off of the film The Shining. If you have not seen the film, I'm sure you know the line, "Here's Johnny." Yes, it's that film. It's really, really good. It's obviously very scary. It's a classic. So it's going to be really cool to walk through, be kind of stuck in the snow-ridden hotel, kind of being attacked. I am sure there's going to be a bathroom scene where something's breaking somewhere, of course, as well, probably ending out in the maze. We'll see. I don't know, but I know it's going to be amazing. All the time Halloween Horror Nights is so stinking good. So I'm really excited to be thrown into this film and get freaked out again this year. Also on Friday, we shared some photos taken by yours truly inside Pandora, the World of Avatar. Now, I was able to go on a pass holder preview last week and experience all there is inside this incredible land, and of course, I had to take my camera with me. Now, we got some shots of the landscaping of some of the intricate native plants, and it really is just so beautiful. Imagineering and everyone for the Disney creative team has done such an incredible job bringing the whole world of Avatar to life here inside this park, and I spent so much time literally just staring at these plants. You look at it, and eventually you're like, this is concrete or some other material used to create these limbs and these plants and all the bioluminescence throughout the entire park. But you don't care because it's still beautiful, it's still amazing, and you believe it to be true. And that's what I love so much about this land. That's why I went in really trying to get some of the details of the landscaping and just check out the entire area. You're so going to love it. I can't wait for everyone to be able to experience this incredible expansion at Disney's Animal Kingdom. On Saturday, some of the attraction's crew was over in Croatia seeing some of the Game of Thrones filming locations. Now, they got some awesome shots all throughout where you can see some of the iconic scenes from Game of Thrones, so definitely look for that in a future episode of Attractions Adventures. I know if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you're going to want to see these. I've only seen like a couple of episodes, and it was still really cool to see like these real-life things, how they would transform from being in the film and how they look so, accurate in real life. They didn't have to change that much. Just all these otherworldly looking scenes right here on planet Earth. Also on Saturday, we had a new episode of Blue Sky Beauty, where, of course, we're going back to Pandora. She did a great job using some of the makeup and all the techniques she has to do a really cool design of Pandora and everything inside of Avatar. As I've said before, I know nothing about makeup. I don't know how to do this, but I sure do appreciate it, and she does an amazing job, so definitely go and check that out. And lastly, for Saturday, we got to see some Volcano Bay Krakatoa effects testing. We're guessing it's for the grand opening or maybe something that's going to be happening every night. Either way, it looks so good. Kind of interesting to see that they sometimes turn the lava purple and blue. So I don't know if that's just testing the lights or if they do plan for the entire volcano to kind of explode at different colors, or if it's going to be focused more on the reds and oranges that we saw at certain parts in the video. Either way, it looks really spectacular. We've seen some other photos from inside the park so far, so excited to experience that and see all that's coming to Universal's Volcano Bay. Lastly, for Sunday, we talked about the Disney Parks blog meetup at Disney Springs in the AMC Theater. Now, some of us got to go to the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales movie preview, and let me tell you, it is excellent. I have been missing the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's been a while since one of the new films have come out. I kind of had thought they had stopped with the last one. I'm really glad to see they did not. This film has a lot of fun, obviously fun Jack moments, a good amount of surprises too. It has a couple scenes, obviously I'm not going to tell anyone about them, but I will say that near the end it did have a pretty good surprise twist for me. Visual effects are perfect, as they normally are for usually any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But I'll say, if you're a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean, I really like this one. This is really bringing back some of the original characters, some of the original cast. Has some really good points in the movie where it helps explain some of the original film, and then some new characters and stuff like that. But overall, I was very happy with the film, and I've had a ton of fun at the meetup. I'm so glad that they allow people to do this and that they invite people to come. They had said that this one had filled up in under 3 minutes, which is crazy, but I totally understand the want for so many people to have to go and do this. So, I have the notifications on for Disney Parks, and every time that they pop up, if I see anything that even has the word Disney Parks blog in it, I click it immediately, seeing if it's one of these things, because you never know when they could pop up and you can have really cool experiences like this. Lastly, on Sunday, we talked about the new Tapu Tapu over at Universal's Volcano Bay. Now, this is a lot like what many people know as the Magic Band, but it is a different version used for slightly different reasons. While the Magic Band has Fast Pass, this Tapu Tapu has Virtual Queue. It's a little bit different when the part where you can go into the park. You don't make any reservations prior. You just basically go into the park and say, I want to ride that slide. I want to go on this attraction. And you can put your Tapu Tapu against it. It tells you kind of a return time. You can come then and have no wait for that line. It also works as a way for you to kind of like your locker keys, how to get your stuff. You don't have to carry your wallet because it's going to have your money associated with it. So it's really just kind of taking, a wearable device, basically just a smartwatch on your wrist that's going to be able to really just make the whole experience better. As I said before, I love the Magic Band, so I love that Universal's making their own version and testing it inside their park. I've been told that it also does special effects. The one that we got to see, when you're in the lazy river, you can kind of swipe your hands and it looked like it made designs come on the wall. So I'd love to see how much they implement that in the park, and I'm excited to be able to test out this new wearable system, and I hope it works out great for them, because I'd love to be able to see no lines in parks, and I'm sure you can all agree. And that is it for this week's episode of The Weekly Rewind, presented by Attractions Magazine. Thank you so much for watching, and my question to you, for the Pirates of the Caribbean films, do you have a favorite so far? I know many of you will have not seen this movie yet, but of the other four, which is your favorite? Can you give a reason why? Is it the originals? Is it some of the newer films? Or maybe you don't like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies at all. Maybe you say forget them. What other film then is coming out that you're super excited to see? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing week.